Good morning and welcome to A View from Above Tarot. I'm Kag, and today I am beginning to share my tarot readings with you via YouTube. I primarily use the Radiant Wise Tarot and the Centennial Tarot, which are versions of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, originally drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith. What I will offer you is a personal reflection integrated with psychological principles and spirituality. Life is so daily, and we spend a lot of time being in and dealing with the weeds. This podcast seeks to offer you a chance to take a look at those weeds from a higher perspective. You may also consider this reading as a mirror for what is going on with you today. What I don't do is predictions or romance readings, and I don't read reversals. So as Maddie Alruna would say, I don't read a book upside down. Why would I read cards upside down? So my readings are general and for all signs. And while the readings will be dated, the energies are present for the next 12 to 48 hours, regardless of when you see this reading or it comes across your feed. Please note that my readings are not intended to replace advice from professional therapists, lawyers, financial advisors, or clergy. Any action you take for my readings is at your own risk. Please note that my readings, good morning, and we're ready to do this first reading. So this morning, welcome to my treehouse and the view from above. This morning I am using the Radiant Wise Tarot deck and the Reflection Spread. Reflection Spread is a version of the Celtic Cross, a little smaller version, so we can focus kind of on what is going on for you that is not particular to an energy or a question. Sometimes we don't really know what it is we need to know from the tarot, and so this is one of those spreads that kind of helps us zero in on what is going on at the moment. So here we go. Let's do a little cut. And we'll lay it out. This first card is you today. The second card is the challenge or what's crossing you today. Don't really like that word crossing, but that's what the industry uses. This is your subconscious, or kind of what's going on beneath the surface for you today. This is the influence from the past that's at play. This card is what is currently on your mind. This is kind of the direction that you're headed from this perspective, noting, however, that the future is not fixed, right? This just shows us where we're headed if all of these energies remain as they are at this moment, and nothing is static. So keep in mind that, any little thing can change whatever this is. Like I said, we don't do predictions, but we do want to know where the energy that's currently in play is headed. The last is the bottom of the deck, which is what I call the Merryweather card. And for those of you who are familiar with the Sleeping Beauty Disney movie, you know that Merryweather came through and was able to somewhat reverse what happened when Maleficent cursed the princess. And so that's how I look at that card, is what else do we need to know today? What blessing is there in maybe some of the darker cards? But it is just a way to say, well, what else do we need to know? So let's begin with this reading. Here is what's going on today. So the Three of Cups. Cups is an emotional energy. This is a cup of celebration and happiness, sharing with others, a joyful time. It is doesn't have to be a major event, but just general happiness and well-being for you this morning as we open this reading. What's crossing you is some anxiety. So the Nine of Swords is the kind of energy that you have in the middle of the night, right? You wake up, you're really worried about something, but you're still in bed. You can't do anything about it because it's the middle of the night, and it causes a great deal of stress. So what is it that you are worrying about they haven't done anything about? Because this is really a card of being stuck in your head about and worrying about what it is that you ought to be doing. Something that's unfinished, perhaps, or something that you don't need to be worrying about that's still troubling you. This is the subconscious card. So this is underneath all of this. And the Page of Swords is somebody who is rather new to the ability of being truthful or having some clarity. Still a little unpracticed, and kind of whacks that sword around without really knowing exactly what it is that he's doing. So something new has come into your life that perhaps you are practicing to get a hold of. This tends to be a card of some vulnerability The Page of Swords tends to like to ask other people questions and not reveal much about himself. So you might want to think about what it is that you're holding on to and not sharing, and evaluating what it is that you wish to share and maybe you don't wish to share, and that's fine too. Influences from the past. The Eight of Wands is about action. It is about movement. Wands is about determination and will and desire and ideas. And so it looks like in the past there were not a lot of things maybe that you launched, some ideas that you launched that still have not come yet to ground. Although they may have, because you're looking pretty happy here, but a little worried here. So that would be a pretty good indicator that these have not quite landed where you want them to be. Could be that you are waiting to hear some information from some place, but there's something going on in the past that hasn't quite been resolved. Could be either of your own making or from somebody else's perspective, but something is still up in the air from the past that is influencing our current day. On your mind, the Two of Wands. This is plans being made from a high perspective, right? Really looking at what could be possibly done. You notice that he's holding the world in his hands. So he's got all the power to make some decisions here from the top of his parapet as he looks out over the ocean. What is it that you're dreaming of or hoping to do? Something that's in your present conscious mind that you're thinking about choosing to do. And last, with all these energies remain the same, the future looks pretty good. That was a darker card. It's the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is a card of expansion and of building and of working with others in order to make something solid, foundational, underground. This is the one card from this particular deck that is underground. So many of our cards are outside. This one's an inside card also, but this is an underground card. So it looks like something, and this could be related to what you had put in motion previously that is coming to pass, something that you're not really quite certain about, something that you're making plans for, something that you're worried about, and something that there's some reason for joy. So it's kind of a mixed bag today. It all looks pretty positive other than this worry that you are carrying. And it could be that you are just feeling impatient about the resolution of whatever it is that you put into play. Two cards that are threes, and those are abundance and expansion and making things bigger. So I would suspect that these two are related. We've got the wands, we've got cups, we've got swords, and we've got pentacles. And so you've got all the energies present here, which is a good thing. So let's look at the Merryweather card. And that would make great sense. The Star is a card of hope and of making a wish. And it would seem to me that that is what we're looking at here, that there was something put in play here that you're beginning to see the resolution of, although it's not quite done yet. This is a new place for you, and you are having to make some bigger decisions about what that means. And moving forward, you're looking at building this new foundation. So we have a 2, 2 threes, an 8, and a 9. Page. We only have one major arcana here today, so this is a fairly mundane reading. But whatever this wish is that you made, that you put into play, that you're worrying about, that moves you into changing a foundational part of your life, is at play here today. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will look forward to seeing you again next time for a view from above here at the Treehouse.